A&M wants to know, allowing shoppers to discover and buy products in ChatGPT without leaving the chat should steamroll the classic ecom funnel from search to site
Steamroll.
to cart to checkout in one foul swoop. Uh, what are the biggest challenges brands and retailers face in making their online content and product categories agent friendly versus just consumer friendly?
Oh my God, there's so much to that question. All right. Well, the first thing I would say is the first thing that the retailers and the brands have to ask themselves is, do they want to make their, content agent friendly at all? We heard
Mm.
from David Dorf on the Five Insightful Minutes last week, which is a great interview, folks. If you have not listened
Oh,
to that yet, stop what you're doing right now, hit pause, and go back to last week's episode and listen to what David had to say because it was very, very insightful. But we learned from him, basically you have two options. You can either block the bots or you can let them in. And if you
hmm
want to accept them, then you have to get your site GEO optimized. And everyone's trying to figure out what the heck that means. That's been a very big topic of conversation here at Groceryshop. And then it sounds like if you're okay with that, then you also, it sounds like, have to plug into ChatGPT for checkout in some way, shape, or
hmm
form too. Um, so if you want to start experimenting with that, you want to start understanding what your customer sees from that experience and what you can offer them up to close the deal. I think that's the key thing here. That's what you have to start experimenting with. We heard Lauren Steinberg of Loblaw, who
hmm
was incredibly impressive when we interviewed her, and she was very open with this. She said, "Yeah, we're experimenting. We're welcoming it. We're experimenting with. We don't know what it is until we try it. So
Yep.
we're not gonna close ourselves down. We're gonna try to think and experiment our way through this. So net, I don't know. I mean, things are changing so freaking fast that I
Yeah.
think that's the approach. But I do wonder for me, Anne, I just don't know. Like, is there a Trojan horse here? Is this
hmm
Pandora's box? Um, how many people will retrench and just try to thwart all bots from going to their site? Which I don't know. I'd like to actually think about this in a boardroom with people to say, what are
hmm
all the different, outcomes that could happen? And like we said with Tim, which ones are more probable that they are going to happen? Because I do worry about the Trojan horse effect here too, that all of this will just end up fueling OpenAI and anyone else that tries to do this in the long run. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I mean, that's my big takeaway here.